What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with a new countdown show. Top 5 countdown. My top 5 best ECW November to Remember pay-per-views. Why am I doing this show? Because we're in November. And why not? Let's look back to the 90s, to a fucking great, epic, legendary time in pro wrestling, the late 90s, early 90s, in ECW's November to Remembers. The first few were not that great. 93, 94 was not good. But they were young. They were a young company. 95, they got better. 97, November to Remember, 1997 was the first November to Remember on pay-per-view ever. So here we go, my countdown, top 5 ECW November to Remembers. Number 5 is 1995, ECW November to Remember. I'm going to go over some of the big matches that happened. Yeah, the Dudleys basically just destroy the Broad Street Bully. Destroyed them in 57 seconds. You had Bubba Ray Dudley, Big Dick Dudley, Chubby Dudley, Sign Guy Dudley, Dances with Dudley. I wonder what happened to Dances with Dudley. I don't know. But he was gone by like 96. Conan was actually on the show. Conan, K-Dog. Conan defeated Jason Knight in 14 seconds. This was good. The Pitbulls defeated the Pitbulls with Francine. She was their manager. Defeated the Eliminators. This was damn good. In a Mexican death match, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Psychosis. They tore it up. They just tore up the ECW arena. They dove into the crowd like springboard high cross body presses into the crowd. Went through tables. Beat the hell out of each other. And they brought Lucha Libre to the United States. ECW did it first, by the way, not WCW with their Cruiserweight division. For the ECW TV title, Two Cold, this was damn good too. I wouldn't say it was damn good, but 96, what Two Cold Scorpio did was better in 96 at November to Remember. For the TV title, Two Cold Scorpio and the Sandman. Or not for the TV title, for the tag titles. For the ECW TV title and the World Tag Team titles. The winner would become the number 1 contender. Two Cold Scorpio and the Sandman defeated the Public Enemy. I'm a bit confused because that is a tag team winning. How could they become number 1 contenders for the world title? I don't know. Let's go to the main event of Mikey Whipwreck, the ECW World Champion, actually defeated Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was not Stone Cold in ECW, but superstar Steve Austin. But Steve Austin actually lost, and Mikey Whipwreck forever can say, I have a victory over Steve Austin. That match is very short, by the way, only 4 minutes. And in the main event, Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer defeated Raven and Cactus Jack. That was the 1995 November to Remember. Again, that is my number 5. November to Remember is 1995. Number 4. November to Remember. These are my best November to Remember's countdown. Top 5. Number 4, 1996. You know, a lot of good matches on 96. A lot better than 95. This show was a lot better. You had the BWO, Blue World Order, was in action. Big Stevie Cool defeated David Tyler Morgan Jericho. I don't know who the fuck he is, but Bubba Ray Dudley defeated Devon. They beat the fuck out of each other, and that was a great feud. The Eliminators and Sabu and Rob Van Dam wrestled to a time limit draw for a number 1 contender match for an ECW tag title shot. Chris Candido defeated Mikey Whipwreck. The Gangsters, the ECW Tag Team Champions, the Gangsters defeated the Eliminators. And they defeated Sabu and RVD. Two Cold Scorpio in a loser leaves ECW match. Two Cold Scorpio wrestled 4 times. My goodness. 4 times. Two Cold Scorpio defeated Devin Storm, who would go on to WCW in 2000 and become Crowbar. So Two Cold Scorpio defeated him. Then 32 seconds, he defeated JT Smith. By the way, go back and watch JT Smith fall off a scaffold at ECW's Ultra Clash 93. Falls like 20 feet off a damn scaffold. That looked like it hurt. Into the ring. Looked like he fell on his knee and could have fucked up his leg or hip. So then Too Cold defeats Hack Myers, and then he just gets on the mic and talks a lot of shit to the ECW fans. They were pissed. They were not happy. They all knew he was, I believe, going to WWF. And right after November to Remember 96, he would go to WWF and become, and get the gimmick, Flash Funk. Not a great gimmick, but I was a fan of the guy because I was like, I was 13 years old at the time when Flash Funk debuted. I thought he was cool, and I was a fan of him as Too Cold Scorpio. So then Louis Spicolli actually defeats Too Cold Scorpio in an upset. So he has to leave ECW. The Sandman for the World Heavyweight title, ECW World Heavyweight title. The Sandman defeated Raven. And in the main event, another tag team match, Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer defeated part of the Triple Threat, Shane Douglas and Brian Lee with Francine. Now, let's go to my number 3. Favorite best November to Remember. Number 3 is 1998. 98 was a good pay-per-view, a good show, but it could have been a lot better. I feel. I don't know why they went. I don't know why ECW went to New Orleans, but that's where the pay-per-view was. They drew a pretty big crowd, 5,800 for ECW at the time. That was a big crowd. I think it was close to sold out. But looking back at November to Remember 98, watching it on Peacock, The Cock, if you watch it back, I feel the show just... something was off about it. It didn't feel like a huge show. A lot of the matches felt like a lot of the talent didn't have that much chemistry. The main event was loaded with like top main event guys in ECW, and the whole match was pretty much a mess and just didn't work. I don't know why. The main event should have been great, but I don't know, something happened during it. The match just felt not good. And it should have been great. But the Blue World Order is on the show. Blue Mini Supernova defeated Danny Doring and Roadkill. Spike Dudley actually defeated Mabel in 5 seconds. I don't know why I get they're pushing Spike Dudley as a giant killer. And the guy was only 5'5", 130 pounds, I think. And Spike Dudley, the guy was awesome, I think. For his size, he was great. And my God, he took ass kickings like nobody else. He took some of the most insane beatings I've ever seen. One of the toughest wrestlers of all time, in my opinion. One of the toughest damn wrestlers ever is Spike Dudley. He doesn't get enough credit for how much punishment he took. And then somehow he survived it, his body, and he actually had a WWE run and TNA run. He wasn't in TNA that long, but he was there. So at Lance Storm wrestled Jerry Lynn. It was a pretty damn good match. This match I enjoyed. Is my favorite match of the November to Remember 98. Again, number 3 is November to Remember 98 on my top 5. I enjoyed this match the most for the World Tag Team titles. The Dudleys took on Masato Tanaka and Balls Mahoney for the tag titles. I thought it was really good, really entertaining. It was street fight rules, and I loved it. I'm not going to say it's great, but I really liked it. Tommy Dreamer, this was a mess. I don't know why they had to bring in Jake Roberts. He obviously, the guy had addiction problems when he was there. He looked like he didn't care or anything. He was there for a payday. I'm sure he did get paid, but he was in no condition to be wrestling on pay-per-view. And about a year later, or in 1999, that god-awful worst pay-per-view ever, Heroes of Wrestling, Jake Roberts was on it, and the guy was really drunk. And the promoter of the damn Heroes of Wrestling, the fucking promoter, let him go on pay-per-view drunk and intoxicated. It was embarrassing. I felt bad for Jake. And it was just an embarrassment to wrestling, that pay-per-view. So Tommy Dreamer and Jake Roberts defeated Justin Credible and Jack Victory. It was not good. And I love Tommy Dreamer, but that was not a good tag match. The main event was the Triple Threat. Shane Douglas, Bam Bam Bigelow, Chris Candido with Francine. A great faction, a Triple Threat. Against the new Triple Threat, Sabu, RVD, and Taz. Again, the match just did not work. I don't know why. It did not go off as planned, in my opinion. But that's my number 3. November to Remember 98. Number 2. My top 5. My number 2 ECW November to Remember is 1997. From Pittsburgh, where they drew 4,634. Pretty big crowd. It was a hype crowd. Really into the show. I don't know about if you watch it on Peacock. I don't think I have. It's probably really edited, but still the crowd was hype. I have the original tape of November to Remember 97, where it's not edited like crazy. All the original music, I got it on DVD. But anyway, believe me, if Peacock edits it, the crowd was hype. And really into the show. So, again, this was the first November to Remember on pay-per-view in 97. Start off pretty good with Chris Candido and Tommy Rogers in a no contest, but it was a good match. Then we had Chris Candido and Lance Storm, really good team in 97, 98. Defeated Tommy Rogers and Jerry Lynn. Mikey Whipwreck defeated Just Incredible. I think he also injured his knee, or did a storyline like he got his knee injured. Taz just destroyed Pitbull number 2 and just dropped him on his head with a suplex for the TV title in 1:29. This was awesome. A 4-way dance of death for the ECW tag titles. The FBI, the champions actually, took on the Dudley Boys, took on Balls Mahoney and Axel Rotten, and took on the Gangstanators, New Jack and John Kronus. Someone recently, Sabu, I believe, I saw him in a shoot interview. He recently said John Kronus was legit crazy and mental and nuts. And Sabu said he shouldn't even been on the road. He couldn't take care of himself. But anyways, it was a really good 4-way. And who the hell won? The FBI defeated all these teams, so they retain. So up next we had RVD, who he was like, RVD was like representing the WWF. As they kind of had a WWF ECW feud going on because RVD was appearing on Raw. But RVD took on Tommy Dreamer representing ECW. It was a flag match, ECW flag banner against WWF flag. And RVD took one of the best pile drivers of all time. I believe it was made as a GIF. Took an awesome power driver from Tommy, and he just bounced up and flew up in the air. It was insane. Looked like he just smashed his head into the mat, and then he popped up and went flying in the air. I don't know how RVD took those sick pyro drivers all the time from Dreamer and how he did that. So that was pretty good. RVD and Tommy Dreamer was pretty damn good. Sabu took on the Sandman in a tables and ladders match. It was pretty awesome. A lot of tables were broken. In the main event, Shane Douglas with Francine defeated Bam Bam Bigelow to win the World Heavyweight title. It went 25 minutes. It should have only went like 20, to be honest. It felt a little bit too long. But the crowd in Pittsburgh for Shane Douglas, his hometown, they popped. Huge, huge reaction. My number one best favorite November to Remember, in my opinion, my number one is November to Remember 1999. It was in front of a hype crowd in Buffalo, New York. 3,000 fans. And pretty damn good show. Now, not every match was good, but I would say at least 3 matches were pretty good. I enjoyed them. And I was such a big ECW fan in 99. Since Living Dangerously, I ordered every ECW pay-per-view until they went out of business in January 2001. Very sad day. But I remember watching this live November to Remember 99, and I was really into the show. I thought it was great. I was 16 years old at the time watching it. So, and a few times when I was watching it, ECW pay-per-views, sometimes they cross the line with a language and a funny story. Like, my mom would hear what they were saying and doing, and she would, like, scold me, like, what the hell are you watching? What are you watching? Why are they talking dirty? Why are they talking like this on wrestling? She didn't get it. And my only excuse to my mom would be, I would just yell at her, it's ECW, it's ECW. That was my excuse. And I got away with it. I never got in trouble. I just got scolded for watching it. But she knew I was old enough at the time to watch it. I mean, I was 16 already when I got into ECW full time. Actually, I was 15 when I started watching ECW full time. I was only 15 when I ordered their first pay-per-view, and when I found them on syndicated TV on the weekends. When I found their show, I was still 15. But that's old enough, in my opinion. So, up first, we had Danny Doring and Roadkill. That was a dark match. On the show, we had Spike Dudley defeat Simon Diamond. And Simon Diamond was with some giant bodybuilder dude that was like his bodyguard. His name was Dick Hertz. And Simon Diamond, the guy was great on the mic. Really entertaining. He's a good heel, too. Good talker, Simon Diamond. He was like, talking about his bodyguard in the ring. He's like, look at my dick. Isn't my dick huge? That was hilarious. So Spike Dudley defeated Simon Diamond quick. Then we had Little Guido defeat Nova pretty quick. Then we had a great three-way dance. Jerry Lynn, Yoshihiro Tajiri, and Super Crazy. Damn good three-way. And of course it would be Jerry Lynn, Tajiri, Super Crazy. Three great workers. Hall of Fame wrestlers, in my opinion. I don't know if Super Crazy's a Hall of Famer, but the guy was damn good. He's a high flyer. So up next we had the Baldies. They were a faction of all fat guys that were bald. Let's call them the Baldies. That was pretty hilarious. They took on... the Baldies actually defeated New Jack and Axel and Balls Mahoney. Or Axelrod and Balls Mahoney. New Jack at the time was feuding with the Baldies. And New Jack did an awesome dive. He climbed up a ladder. And off of a basketball rim, not the rim, but the backboard. He jumped off a basketball backboard. Put one of the Baldies through a table. That was an awesome spot. Crowd went nuts. So then we had Sabu against Chris Candido. That match went too long. And Tammy Lynn Sitch, formerly Sunny, was at ringside, and holy fuck, she looked a mess. Her looks started going downhill. And at the end of 99, she started looking like she didn't sleep. She started looking like she was on drugs or drinking every fucking day. It was sad. I mean, in 99, I will say she did look better than she does now, but that's not saying much. This was a match of the show. For the ECW World title, Mike Awesome against Masato Tanaka. They tore it up, as always. They did a lot of their same spots with Mike Awesome just bashing just bashing in Tanaka's head. I hope Tanaka's okay now. I hope the guy doesn't suffer from memory loss or CTE because he probably has it. He might even still be wrestling in Japan. I don't know, but Masato Tanaka, holy fuck, that guy was tough to take those chair shots. We're talking about a big, hard, real metal chair, and he got his skull cracked the fucking by Mike Awesome. He would even jump off the top with the chair and just smash into Tanaka's head off the top. And it was awesome. They did a sit-out power bomb through a ringside table, off the apron, a suplex through a table in the middle of the ring. Mike Awesome wins and retains. Eventually, after this, Tajiri would win the world title. And then I think a week later on TNN, he lost it back to Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome, underrated big man. He was fucking good. Very sad he took his own life. That guy was a great high flyer and a great big man. I don't care if he was on the juice. He was still a great big man. So up next, for the TV title, RVD defeated Taz. I don't know why they brought back Taz. That was kind of weird. At November to Remember 99. I guess Vince let Paulie use Taz because he didn't debut yet until Royal Rumble 2000. The main event was a 6-man tag. Rhino and the Impact Players defeated Raven, Tommy Dreamer, and the Sandman. It was not that long of a main event, but I enjoyed it. Sandman, I have the original tape. Now I have it on DVD, but the original copy of the pay-per-view where they played Enter Sandman, the whole theme, and it was awesome for Sandman's entrance. So there are my top 5 ECW November to Remembers. Here they are. Number 5 was 95. Number 4, 96. Number 3, 1998. Number 2, 97. And my number 1 best favorite November to Remember was 1999. What were some of your favorites of ECW's November to Remembers? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye for now.